Europe editor Catherine Nicholson, who's probably extremely tired about talking about this subject, but it goes on. Catherine, Michel Barnier, the EU chief Brexit negotiator, was at the European Parliament. Why was he there?
He was also there to say things he's said many times before. But the European Parliament, all joking aside, is very, very important in this process. The European Commission, which Michel Barnier represents, that's the body that's doing the negotiating. But the European Parliament has to actually ratify a deal if indeed a deal is struck. That means actually reading through all of the hundreds of pages of the deal and probably giving it the green light, but they say they need to give it proper scrutiny, and they've got less and less time available to them to do that. Less than a fortnight now to go until January the 1st. The 705 members of the European Parliament are pointing out that they are the only directly elected institution of the European Union, actually chosen by voters around Europe. So they voted on a resolution where they want to give the UK and the EU until this Sunday to announce a deal if there is going to be one. Otherwise, they say they just won't have time to ratify it before it's meant to come into force on January the 1st. And before we ask, couldn't they just extend the transition period we're currently in? That was up to Britain to request an extension. They missed a deadline for that in the summer, and both sides say that it is not possible at this point.
So they're still talking. Does that mean that we can read into it that a deal is likely?
Well, there is cause for optimism. There's also cause for pessimism, depending on how you look at things. Britain's still very much talking up the possibility of there not being a deal come January the 1st. Prime Minister Boris Johnson spoke just a little while ago, and he said that the UK position is, quote, "We want to keep talking if there is a chance of a deal," but he also said that he believes that even though there would be some pain and difficulty from a no deal in the short term, he believes that it can be a good option for the UK in the longer term. That is another debate. What they're really talking about in terms of the nitty-gritty is the fishing rights, as you mentioned. The big final hurdle for some time now. The European Commission spokesperson has confirmed what Boris Johnson said, that the fisheries issue is really where it's all happening right now. The UK really wants to drastically limit how many EU-flagged boats are allowed into British waters, how much quota they're allowed to take out of it. Michel Barnier laid this out to the European Parliament earlier on. He said that, yes, the UK absolutely, as an independent non-EU sovereign country, can restrict access to its waters, but he said that the EU can also restrict access to the single market to sell those fish. Now, most of the fish that's actually caught in British waters is not eaten in the UK by British people, and the single market is economically very important to British fleets. So they're saying, both sides are saying, we're looking for the other side to move on this. The European Parliament saying, well, can you do it quickly? You've only got till Sunday. Both sides are saying that they do still want a deal, but are prepared to live with no deal. And for what it's worth, I'll leave you with this. Analysts at JP Morgan put the likelihood of there being a deal at 70%.
Okay, interesting odds. We'll have to wait and see. And I'm sorry, Catherine, you're going to be back here talking about this again, no doubt, in the days ahead.